Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. This is Anthony Vijay. Today we are going to discuss about from the topic classical encryption techniques from the subject cryptography. Let's see about the introduction of today's session. Have you ever thought about how people keep their messages secret before encryption? Classical encryption techniques were the first ways to hide information. They use simple tricks like changing letters or rearranging them. Kings, spies, and soldiers use these methods to protect their messages. These old methods help us to protect our data safe today. Let's see about the importance of security in communication. Security in communication is not optional. It is very, very important. It protects sensitive data from hackers, spies, and cyber criminals. In today's digital world, every messages, transactions, and call can be intercepted. Without encryption, privacy becomes a myth and trust collapses. Whether it is personal chat or national intelligence, security is very, very important and it is a frontline defense. Let's see about the types of classical encryption. When I talk about types, there are two different types. One is substitution techniques, the other one is transposition techniques. Under substitution techniques, there are 7 different types. Here, the first type is Caesar Cipher, and the second one is Monoalphabetic Cipher, and the third one is Polyalphabetic, and the fourth one is Playfair Cipher, and the fifth one Hill Cipher, sixth one Beginner Cipher, and the last one is one-time pad. And the next one is transposition technique. Under transposition technique, we are dealing with two different techniques called rail fence cipher. The other one is row and column transposition cipher. So let's see one by one. First, we will see about the substitution techniques one by one. Let's see what substitution is. Substitution technique is like giving every letter a secret identity. Each character in the message is replaced with another using a fixed rule or key. From Caesar's ancient shift to complex Playfair ciphers, it is all about hiding patterns. Now we will be discussing about Caesar Cipher. So Caesar Cipher is one of the simplest and oldest encryption techniques. It is a monoalphabetic substitution cipher. It means each letter in the plain text is replaced by another letter by a fixed number of positions down by the alphabet. Julius Caesar used this technique to communicate with his higher officials. He used a shift of 3 letters. It means a letter A is replaced with D, and B is replaced with E, so on. Let's see the encryption formula for Caesar cipher. So the formula for Caesar cipher is, here the C is cipher text and P is plain text plus K is key. So when we apply key to the plain text and with the help of modulo 26, because we are dealing with the alphabets, totally 26 alphabets are there. So while applying this, we got cipher text. This is the encryption formula. So for decryption, we have to reverse the process. So here cipher text minus key. So in the encryption, we are adding the key value. For decryption, we are subtracting the key value and adding 26, and finally mod 26. Here the addition of 26 is only applicable when the value is more than 26. So while applying this, we got plain text. So this is what the formulas for encryption and decryption. So here every alphabets have numbers. Here A starts with 0 and Z end with 25. So this is what generally happening. So let's have a look about the encryption process. So here I have taken the plain text is hello, and we are taking shift number is 3. So first of all, we have to convert the letter into numbers. So as you know, you have to start A with 0 and Z with 25. So here for H value is 7 and for E value is 4, then L is 11 and O is 14. So we have to apply the formula in it. So here first I am going to taking care of letter by letter. So first I am taking H. The value of H is 7, we know already, and here we are taking 3 shift, so we have to add like this. 7 plus 3, it is 10. So instead of H, we are replacing with K. And likewise for E we are adding 4 with a 3, so we are getting 7. So now E will be replaced with the H. And L, for L the value will be 11, so we are adding 3 here, so it is 14, so it will be O. So the same L for O. And for O, the value of O is what? 14 plus 3, it is 17. Finally we got R. So right now we got the ciphertext is KHOOR. This is what called as ciphertext. So after we go for decryption, we have to reverse the same process. Let's see that. So now we have to decrypt the KHOOR. Right now we got this. We have to decrypt the process. So initially we have added in the encryption part. In the decryption part, we have to subtract it. So we have to find the value of KHOOR. So it is 10, 7, 14, 14, 17 respectively. So now K will be 10 and we have to subtract it. So 10 minus 3 is 7. So instead of K, it will be H. So KHOOR. So instead of K, it will be back to H. Then H will be 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. It will be E. And O will be 14. 14 minus 3 is 11. It is L. Again O for L. And again R will be, it is 17. 17 minus 3 is 14. So now it is O. So we got the plain text back. This is what called as encryption and decryption process. So when I talk about advantage, it is very, very easy to implement and easy to understand. And it is very good for basic learners. And when you talk about disadvantages, it is very easy, and at the same time the brute force attackers can be easily attack this particular keywords, and you can easily decrypt the letters. Only 25 possible shifts are there, so they can easily brute force and guess the password very easily, and it is very, very vulnerable for frequency analysis. This is what called as Caesar Cipher. So Caesar Cipher is one of the weakest one. Let's see the second topic, that is monoalphabetic cipher. When I talk about monoalphabetic cipher, where each letter in the plain text is always replaced by the same corresponding letter. So one letter, for example, if it is A, can be replaced only with the K. So wherever A comes, we are supposed to use only K. This is one of the drawback only. So if any of the particular letter has been guessed now, so other letters also easily guessed. So monoalphabetic is also one of the weaker part. And what is the meaning for monoalphabetic? Mono means one, and alphabetic means it is related to letters. Let's see how it is working. So each letter of the plain text is mapped to another unique letter. Unique letter is very important, and this mapping stays the same throughout the message. So let's have a look about this. So here we are having a plain text and the ciphertext. So here the plain text is A to Z, and we are uniquely replacing A with Q. Wherever A comes, we have to use Q. Wherever K comes, we have to replace with A. So let's have a look about the plain text. It is hello. So H will be replaced with I. See, H will be replaced with I, and E will be replaced with T, and L will be replaced with S. So I, T, S, S, then O. O will be replaced with G. So this is unique one. Okay. So here hello will be encrypted, and now the ciphertext will be ITSSG. Now we go for decryption. So in the decryption part, we are reversing the process. So we got already ITSSG. So in the place of I, we have to reverse the process. So see here, here it is I. So it is H to I. So we have to move upward. So in the place of I, we have to use H. So we have to reverse the process. So in the place of I, you have to reverse it. So it is H, and for T, again E, and S is for L, and G for O. So we have to reverse the process again. We get hello back. This is what called as monoalphabetic cipher. So let's see about the advantages of monoalphabetic cipher. So here it is more secure than Caesar cipher, because in Caesar cipher only 25 possible shifts are there. So, but when you talk about this, here it is 26 factorial. It is more than 400 septillion combinations. So it is little bit more secure than Caesar cipher. This is the advantages of monoalphabetic cipher, but there are some weakness. So it is still vulnerable for frequency analysis. In case of ETA in English can be easily guessed. If one letter can be easily guessed, wherever they can easily identify the other letters also. So this is only the main drawback of monoalphabetic cipher. And let's see about the third one, that is polyalphabetic cipher. Polyalphabetic cipher is one of the advanced substitution cipher where multiple submission alphabets are used instead of just one. So in previously in monoalphabetic, one to one letter will be replaced with one letter, but here multiple substitution of a letter instead of just one, that based on the position of the message. It means same letter in the plain text can be encrypted differently depending on its position in the message. What does polyalphabetic mean? Poly means many, so alphabetic means involving letters. And when I talk about this, polyalphabetic is harder to crack, because each and every particular text have different combination of text to be replaced, that is based on the position in the image. Let's see about the example of polyalphabetic cipher. So first here I am taking plain text is hello and taking the keyword is key. First of all, we have to assume plain text size and keyword size supposed to be same, but here the plain text size is 5 and the keyword size is only 3. So we have two more letters for keyword. So again we have to fill with ke. Okay, so we have to fill it. So hello, and the original keyword is key only, but because of shortage of length we have to assume k and e. Then we have to convert the alphabets into numbers as usual, A for 0 and Z for 25. So likewise we can apply hello value as well as key. So we have to add both the values, like here the H value is 7, K value is 10. So 7 plus 10 mod 26. So it is 17 mod 26. It is 17 only. So instead of H, it will be replaced with R. So this is what the first character we have to use, R. Likewise, so E plus E. So you have to add the plain text letter as well as key letter. So both the letters you have to add. So 4 plus 4, it is 8. Now it is I. Then L plus Y, it is 11 plus 24, it is more than 26. So we have to apply mod 26 here. So if it is 35 here, 35 mod 26, so it is more than 26. So we have to find the remainder. So the remainder is here 9. For 9, the alphabet is what? J. For L plus K, it is 11 plus 10, it is 21. So it is V, and O plus E is 14 plus 4, it is 18, it is S. So we got ciphertext is RIJVS. This is what the ciphertext for hello. Now we have to do the decryption part. So again I am taking ciphertext here and keyword here. Now we have to convert the alphabets to numbers again. The ciphertext character to numbers are here, and key, the same value we have forward for plain text also. And now we have to subtract it. Previously we have added, now we have to subtract. So in order to find the plain text, we have to subtract the ciphertext with the key plus 26 and mod 26. So the ciphertext values are here and key values are there. So we have to subtract like this. Ciphertext is 17. 17 minus 10. 17 minus 10. C minus K. Then plus 26 and mod 26. It is 33 mod 26. It is 7. We are getting hello like this. And 8 minus 4 plus 26 equal to 30 mod 26, it is E. And 9 means J, and here it is Y. Okay, next 9 minus 24. So 9 minus 24 is minus 15 plus 26, it is 11, so it is L. Likewise 21 minus 10, it is 11, 11 plus 26, it is 37, so it is L. Okay, then we have to do the same manner. So finally we got the plain text as hello. So this one is better than monoalphabetic cipher. So next one is we are going to see about Playfair Cipher. So Playfair Cipher is a classical digraph substitution cipher. So digraph means what? So it can encrypt 2 letters at a time instead of 1 letter. So previously we have seen we have encrypted 1 letter at a time, but this particular cipher it is dealing with 2 letters at a time. So here we have to separate the plain text into pair of text, and we have to create a 5 cross 5 matrix with the help of keyword. And here J is usually merged with I. So wherever I come, we can use J, because for 5 cross 5 matrix we need 25 values only. For alphabets, there are 26 alphabets are there. We don't want J, so that J is merged with I. Okay, let's have a look about the encryption process. First of all, we have to create a 5 cross 5 matrix with the help of keyword. So the keyword is very important here, that is Monarchy. So first of all, we have to check whether any duplicate characters are there. So Monarchy, all the characters are unique, there is no duplicates in it. So if any duplicates are there, we have to remove it before filling. Okay, so now we have to create 5 cross 5 matrix. So I have to write Monarchy. After that, you have to start with the A to Z. So here we have to think about one thing, is we have to remove the duplicates. So here A is already there, so no need to write A here. Then B is here, then C is already there, so no need to write the C again here. Then D, then E, F, G. H is already here, so no need to write here. Then I. We don't want to mention J here, because J is not in the plain text. That's the main thing. Then K, then L, then M is here, N is here, O is there, then P, Q, R is here, then S, T, U, V, W, X, Y is here. Okay, then Z. So likewise, you have to form 5 cross 5 matrix. So this is the first step of Playfair Cipher. So after that, you have to prepare a plain text. So already the plain text is instruments. Okay, so we have to digraph it. Digraph means we have to separate a pair of text like INST, like this, INSTRUMENT. If a particular letter end with a single odd letter, you have to fill with X more, because all the set supposed to have two pair of letters. Okay, so and if any of the pair having the same letter, you have to insert X. For example, if I use SST for example, so here SS are same letter, so you have to use S, X and ST. In this way you have to use the digraph. So same letter, or in this way, ST, A. In this we can separate ST, but A is alone, so we have to add like this. So two different things. If it is same letter, you have to use in between X, and S will be joined with T. And if it is only 3 letters, you have to pair like this, and additionally at the end you have to put X. This is what mentioned here. Now we have to apply the encryption rules. There are three different rules are there. The first rule is same row. Same row means if two particular characters or letters in the same row, we have to shift the letters in the right direction. And same column, replace with the letter below. And if it is different column and different rows, we have to use the rectangular rule. So in this, we have to mention the same row but swap the columns. So now we can start our encryption process. In this encryption process, we have to take the plain text. The plain text is already separated like this: INSTRUMENTSX. Okay. Let's see one by one. First, I have to take IN. So here I am taking IN. So from this, we have to find the position where the IN is. So from this, I is in the row 2, column 3. Row 2, column 3. So in this way, you have to write. Then N, it is row 0, column 2. It is N. So in this, both of them are different rows and different columns. So we have to apply the rectangular rule. So in the rectangular rule, so first you have to take IN. The neighbor for I is N. So here you have to think about it is the same row. You have to take care of same row. Here I, the neighbor of I is what? N. So you have to connect line like this. Okay. You have to draw a line like this. So you will get G here. So instead of I, you have to use G. Same manner you have to apply for N also. So N, the neighbor of N is I. So you have to apply the same row, and the straight of I is what? A. The straight of I is A. So instead of IN, you have to replace with GA. This is what the first point. So next step is we are going to see ST. Here ST in the same row. If it is in the same row, we have to use shift right. So instead of S, you have to use T, and instead of T, you have to use L. So ST become TL. S for T and T for L, it become TL. Likewise, you have to repeat. And now it is RU. It is RU. So where it is RU? R is here and U is here. Both are different rows and different columns. So we have to use the rectangular rule. The neighbor of R is U. So you have to apply the same row. So straight to U is what? M. Straight to U is M. So instead of R, you have to use M. Then U. For U, the neighbor is what? R. So same row you have to follow. Straight to R is what? Z. Straight to R neighbor. Okay, neighbor. Straight to R is Z. So RU will be replaced with MZ. Then next one is ME. ME is here. Here M is there, and here E is there. So in the same column, right? So you have to shift down. You have to shift down. For M, you have to use C, and for E, you have to use L. So CL. This is the fourth one. Next, we will be seeing about NT. Okay. When I talk about NT, N is here and T is here. Both are in the different rows and columns. So rectangular rule. And here, first I am taking N. Okay, NT. For N I am taking. So N, neighbor of N is what? T. Okay, so we have to use N. So here same row. So here T is there. So you have to draw a straight line here. You will get instead of N, you have to use R. Then for T, neighbor of T is N. So again you have to draw a straight line, same row, straight line, it is Q. Okay. Likewise, the last point is SX. S is here and X is here. So this is in the same column, right? So you have to shift it down. Okay, so S is coming down and X is coming again down. So it is like shift down. Shift down means what? Instead of S, you have to replace with the X, and for X, you have to replace with A. You have to replace with A. So we will be getting XA. Finally, we are replacing, we got GA, TL, MZ, CL, RO, XA. This is what the encryption process. So we have to reverse the decryption process. Let's see. So when I talk about the decryption process, okay, so recently we got this GA, TL, MZ, CL, RQ, XA. We have to separate like this, okay, two pair, okay, separate like this. Accordingly, we have to do the same process for GA. Again, G is here, A is here. Both of them on different rows and different columns. So again, for GA, for G, so same row for straight A for straight. Okay, here it is I, and for A again neighbor is G. Okay, so here J straight to G it is N. Okay, IN. Likewise, so TL. So T is here, L is here. But when talk about this decryption process, if the two characters are in the same row, this is only for decryption, don't confuse. For encryption, if it is in the same row, you have to shift right. For decryption, if it is in the same row, you have to shift left. So for T, you have to replace with the S. And for L, you have to replace with the T. This is what you have to use. Shift left. For encryption, we have followed shift right. Here it is shift left. This is the only difference. So please be aware of it. Okay. Otherwise, you will get wrong result. Okay. And let's see about the third one. It is MZ. So MZ is, it's like M is here and Z is here. Both of them different rows and columns. Rectangular rule is applying. So for neighbor of M is Z. So you have to use the same row here. And straight to Z is what? R. So it is R. And for Z, neighbor is M. And you have to use the same row. And straight to M is what? U. So you get RU. Then CL. When I talk about CL, this is decryption process. In this decryption process, you have to reverse. So previously we have mentioned down, but here you have to use upwards. So instead of C, you have to use upwards, that is M. And for L, you have to use upwards, that is E. Okay, so now it is ME. Then RQ. So RQ also we are following rectangular rule because both of them are different rows and columns. Here R is there and here Q is there. So again, so instead of R, you have to use N, and for Q it is T, so it is NT. Likewise, the last thing is XA. Here X is there, here A is there. So both of them in the same column. So we have to upwards, we have to do. So for XA, you have to use, for X, you have to do the upwards, it is S. So for A, you have to replace A with the X. So for A, you have to replace with the X. Okay. So this is what SX. So finally, we got the decryption process, that is instruments. INSTRUMENTSX. Okay, this is what called as decryption process. Okay. In this video, I only covered Caesar Cipher, Monoalphabetic Cipher, Polyalphabetic Cipher, Playfair Cipher. Rest of three different substitution cipher like Hill Cipher, Wigner Cipher, and one-time pad cipher in the next video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for regular updates. Thank you very much for watching.